Hello, Ryan Triplett.
Hey, Brian.
This interview has been a long time coming. So excited to have you here, my friend, my business partner. You are the head of financial planning and our resident retirement plan specialist. And Ryan, I don't know, I think I've got the math right, but you and I are celebrating our 10-year anniversary of working together next month. Is that right?
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Flew by.
Yeah. Yeah. And in some ways it feels longer, like, we've been doing this together forever. And then in May, we have our 4-year anniversary of launching Boyd Wealth Management together.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's been a fun ride. So, Ryan, you really are the unsung hero of Boyd Wealth Management. And for those who are watching this that know you, I think we all know you to be very soft-spoken, brilliant, and incredibly hardworking. I've accused you many, many times of having a photographic memory, which I think is a unique trait. Either that or you're incredibly fast and secretive with the Google. But I thought this format would be a great opportunity for the audience to get to know you even better. So today, I am going to ask Ryan 5 questions so we can get inside the mind of a financial madman. What do you think, Ryan? You ready?
Sounds good.
You are a financial madman. Okay. Why don't you start by giving us a bit of your background and how you ended up here?
Yeah. So, Shane and I moved down to Sacramento in 2006. Just change of scenery. We both went to Humboldt State together. Then we moved down here. I went back to school at Sac State. And while I was about halfway through my master's program, joined the firm that we were at before, Northwestern Mutual, in investment operations role. So working behind the scenes on account opening, account transfers, all that fun stuff that gets done behind the scenes. Progressed, moved into some different roles, and kind of at the end of my tenure there, was working with all of the new advisors, training them on how investments work, how financial planning works, all that stuff. We were running a cool program behind the scenes where we were essentially doing their back office for them, right? So from constructing the whole financial plan to, hey, what do I recommend for somebody to do with their money, then to implementation. And around that same time, you were just 2 doors down the hallway from me, and we were talking a lot about what was going on with your business, right? This pivot that we were making towards working with fewer clients, more, high net worth families, et cetera. And the timing worked out, the philosophy worked out. We decided to partner up. We made that decision end of 2011, went official 2012, and we were there for 5 more years working under that model, then launched the firm, and we've been, working together 10 years now. It's been fun.
Yeah, side note, I remember, we were friends, and I think you would even cover for me when I went on vacation. You were someone I really trusted. And then one day you came to me and you said, yeah, I can't do this role anymore. I'm going to go teach. I'm going to go teach at the university. And I was like, pump the brakes. We should probably have a conversation about this. So, clearly I knew that with your knowledge and expertise, not that the classroom isn't a great place to use that, but I think using it in the client setting has been great for our clients and certainly for me. So I'm glad that we partnered up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm curious, how has the business of financial advice changed in the last 15 years, right? So 2006, you moved back. We talked about from the history before you and I joined forces, and then when we launched the firm. What have you seen in the industry and how it's changed over the last 15 years?
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of stuff has changed and a lot of stuff hasn't. Kind of the biggest changes we've seen have been this access to information and access to companies who want to do planning and give fiduciary advice to people for a lot, less than they would have charged in the past, right? And there's been this migration in some areas of financial services away from the commission-based model to the fee-based, model. And underpinning that is, really who you're beholden to for the advice, right? Under this commission-based era that we've kind of seen in the past, you're really working for the company that is providing the products. And we've seen this shift in our industry towards we shouldn't be working for some third party. We should be working for our clients. And that's been really nice to see. Yeah,
it took the industry a long time, but and there's still parts of it that are still operating in that old way. But the alignment of values between the investment advisory firm and the clients, I would agree, has been one of the really unique and nice changes over the last 15 years. So, what would you say is your favorite part of this career?
So anybody who knows me or has worked with me knows, I like numbers. I like working on the planning aspect of the business, right? We were joking the other day, we watched a webinar on reviewing tax returns and got off and said, hey, that was fun. Like, no, not many other people would say, boy, that webinar on tax returns was really fun to watch.
We're not even accountants, and I loved it.
So yeah, that's what I really like is digesting all of this stuff that's fun for us and making it easy to understand for people who don't think it's fun.
Yeah, and I think you do a really good job of that. It's a very complex thing, and I think, clients come to us and they say, hey, can you solve my problem? And it's easy to, vomit 25 years of experience on them, and I think you do a really good job of just keeping it to what's important for them to know and breaking it down without too much jargon. So I think you do a really good job of that. So
most of the time, every once in a while, somebody looks at you weird. Let me step back and say that a different way.
And then usually it's go, you know what, I trust you. Just do it. I want to get out of here. So if you weren't doing this, if you hadn't found this career, or if, you magically retired tomorrow, what do you think you would be doing?
It's funny, there hasn't been a plan B for a long time, just because I do enjoy this. During my off hours, I'm reading about this stuff, right? I really haven't thought about what a plan B would be, but it would be something involving math and, how do things or systems work, right? So, yeah.
Math, for sure. Okay, I'm going to borrow this last one from the podcasting legend, Tim Ferriss. But if you could create a billboard with one piece of advice that would improve the outcomes for the average investor, what would that billboard say?
Going to put my marketing hat on.
No, not marketing. You want to help these people.
That side of the brain, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be something simple like don't take advice from people who are manufacturing products and trying to sell them to you, right? Like in our industry, that is so prevalent where you have somebody who is selling a product to you, where there are a bunch of conflicts of interest behind the scenes in that approach.
Well, I love it. It's all great stuff. I'm so glad that we finally got to do this after 4 years. We've been busy, but it's been a lot of fun stuff we've been busy doing, and it's my pleasure to interview you. It's been just a fantastic journey to be your friend and this incredible thing we get to do every day. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you spending the time with me today.